here. We're a little bit in advance, so we're going to wait a few minutes, but I'm really happy to see that you're already here. If you want to start introducing yourselves in the chat, that would be wonderful, and also it will let me know that you're actually hearing me. So that would be helpful. Can anyone confirm that you are hearing me? Okay. Hi, Alwyn. Hi, Ernest. I see you guys are typing. So wonderful. So we're gonna start. I'm really happy that you are joining me today to talk about which training is perfect for you. As I just said, feel free to use the chat to introduce yourselves like your colleagues are doing right now. And you can also use the Q&A tab to ask any questions that you would like to ask me. We will be having some times for that once I finish the presentation, so probably 15 to 20 minutes of presentation, and then some time for some questions. So let's kick it off. My name is Natalie Rothschild. I am a Fleet Forums trainer. I've been doing and facilitating all Fleet Forums trainings for the past 3 years, both online and in person. And I am very happy to be able to speak to you today about which trainings are perfect for you, or how can you decide which training is perfect for you. So, so how would you decide? So I think before even thinking about what we have to offer, the first thing is really to know what you are looking for. That will help you answer already some questions you may have. And so I've put down a few really, really important questions you should ask yourself. So the first one obviously is, are you looking for a transport related training? And if so, are you looking for a driver training, or are you looking for a fleet management training? And we'll see that this has some importance after. Then when you know already that, are you looking for some new knowledge, or are you looking to acquire new skills? Knowledge you can read about, skills you probably have to practice and try out. So knowing if you want to, you know, what would you like to be doing is something that I would recommend you think about. And then once you know that, do you want to get a general overview or broad overview, or do you want to really deep dive in a particular area, know more about a specific subject? And then once you know that, do you need or do you want a certified training, be it by Fleet Forum or be it by another provider? Do you need an internationally certified training, or can it be provided just by an organization? Or you just want to get knowledge without needing any certificate? So after that series of questions, there's some more, and the other ones are a bit more practical. Do you need support, or you are an independent learner? Do you like to read by yourself, or do you like to work with others? Do you need pushing and facilitating by a trainer and follow up and coaching, or you prefer just to, and you're able and you're very disciplined and you can do it by yourself? And then linked to that, how much time do you have or can you invest in your training? Be it by week, by day, by month, over the course of a year, because there's all types of trainings, and the modes they are being delivered is also influencing how much time do you need and how much support you will get. And then how much money, how much budget do you have? Is it just for one person? Is it for your team? Are there any group offerings, or are you looking for just a single applicant training? And then the last one, but not the least, is which language do you need? As we work in the international field, there could be a whole bunch of languages that you would require for the training. So do you need English, French, Spanish, or local language? And then depending on all that, and you've answered all these questions, then we can look at what we here would have to offer and how could we attend to those. So us at Fleet Forum, we basically do trainings on related to transport. So if you're looking for a supply chain training, for example, we are not the place to go to. There are plenty of other providers out there. Us, we focus, as you probably know, on transport. And then on transport, we have two tracks. One track is for fleet management, and another track is more related to drivers or driving, I would say. And so this is what you see on my screen right now. I will speak about what is on the left later, which is related to fleet management. On the right side is what we can offer in terms of drivers or driving. So in terms of driving, we do not have in-cab practical trainings, right? So if you're looking for in-cab or defensive driving trainings or things like this, there are plenty of great providers out there, and you can find them or we can help you out. But us, we looked at driving trainings in a different approach, thinking that there are many other topics or ways of learning that or knowledge that drivers would require. And so we developed the driver seat school, where providers that develop and propose online courses. And you have here an example. There are eco driving trainings, armored vehicle awareness training programs, TGS certification program. But for the theoretical part, like the essentials competency for drivers, there is fatigue. There's a number of trainings. But again, these are more about gaining new different types of knowledge, and they're online and provided through different providers. Now, if we're looking at fleet management, so at Fleet Forum, we have, again, two different types of programs, which I will speak about in a bit. We have programs that are not certified, that you could find if, for example, if you are a member, you could access our e-learnings through our programs, our knowledge platform, or through your own learning system. But if you're looking for a certified fleet management course, then we have two tracks. One is more general overview, and the other track, let's say, or the other sets of program are more specialized. So let me go and speak about our specialized, our certified fleet management training. So why would you choose our fleet management certified courses? Well, I guess there's really at least three, but probably more good reasons to do that. The first one is that our courses have been specifically designed for and are open to fleet managers or people who are managing fleet working in our sector. So in the humanitarian and, let's say, development sector, in our geographic scope of intervention. And so these courses are specifically designed. They have the right resources, provide tools, practical examples, case studies, role plays, etc., that are really targeted to what we do and how we do it. The courses are recognized by organizations in the sector. So what do I mean by that? Is that, as you know, at Fleet Forum, we're member organizations. So many of you have your organizations being member of Fleet Forum, and they recognize and believe in our trainings. Our trainings also are, some of them are financed by BHA, major donor in the sector, so also very recognized. And in addition, some of our trainings are recognized and certified by the CILT, the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport. And then finally, because we are a member organizations, there are special rates for members. There's even scholarships available for local organizations under certain conditions. So if, for example, you're part of a local organization or you're working with partners, local partners, they can, under certain circumstances, attend our training for free. We waive the fee for local organizations, and members do have special rates. You get a discount on our services. So now let me go to the first set of certified trainings. I want to start with the Fleet Management Fundamentals and the Pro. I've put them together because they work as a pair, let's say. You have to do the fundamentals before you can do the pro. Don't be fooled by the word fundamentals. Fundamentals does not mean basic. It just means that what is in that training or the topics that we cover are essential. They are the foundation to fleet management. And in those two trainings, we have a broad overview and on the four priorities of fleet management. So we look at, how can we minimize unnecessary costs? How could we avoid road traffic crashes? How can we reduce our impact on the environment? And how can we make sure that we successfully support our operations? And so in those trainings, we'll cover those four topics through different role plays, case studies, exercise tools, e-learning, knowledge discussions, etc. And both trainings are certified by the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, in short, the CILT. And they're really designed for people who manage fleet. So here I've put, log managers, log officers, fleet managers, but it could be at base level, at sub-office level, national level, country level, regional, or even HQ level. I've had all kinds of levels in the fundamentals and subsequently in the pro. It's just the scale differs, but everything applies. So log managers, log officers, fleet managers, admin officers, whomever is actually managing fleet. And there's two tracks for both. One is through our virtual e-learning, our virtual online classes sessions. So these include e-learnings, virtual classes, and then implementation. The sessions are for the virtual last 10 days for the in-class, let's say, session with 1 hour of online class per day, Monday through Friday, and with about 2 hours, I would say, additional homework every day for these 10 days. So you really need to be able to set that time up. Aside from your work, close the door, tell people that you're in training, but you're still there. And so that requires a lot of discipline, a lot of motivation. And you do need to do the homework before you come to class to really enjoy the class, because in the class, we actually have a very lively class. and we do a lot of role play, case studies, exercises, etc. So that's the virtual. And then in the physical one, which we started again doing last October, basically it's the same kind of program, that aside that you do the e-learning before you come to the 3-day in-person, and then you have 3 days with me and your colleagues where you're really concentrating on the training, and 3 full days intense discussion, role plays, etc. But you're not in your own setting. So you have a bit of work before you come, you have the 3 days, and then in both tracks, you still need, we'll talk about that. There's a follow-up, because we don't want just the learning to be in your head or in your computer. We really want you to apply it, right? We want you to make those changes to the way you manage fleet, so that you can make concrete improvements, reduce your cost, improve on your safety, and your program delivery, and reduce your impact on the environment. So in both the fundamental and the pro, there are first the sessions where we learn together, and then there is an implementation period, which I will speak about. So you need first to do the fundamentals, and you can move on to the pro, but the system is the same. And then you have here the price for those trainings that is listed. So I just mentioned that in the fundamentals and in the pro, there's this first part, which is the sessions that we have together, be it in class or in person or online. And then there's a whole implementation part. So during the trainings, you're going to design a improvement plan, which will be approved by your supervisor, a smart improvement plan based on where you have the most issues, or where it's crucial for you to look at, because it's part of your organization's priorities, and you will have 6 months to work on it. And so in the fundamentals, this is kind of the layout of the follow-up. Basically, after the training, you have more or less 10 days to finalize your action plan. Then you have 6 months to implement with my support and the support of your colleagues through what we call coaching sessions. So we have coaching sessions almost every month or every month. You sign up to the ones that you feel like joining. Some are more like a check-in, some are more thematic, like reducing costs and sharing initiatives, or some are more like, oops, I'm gonna show you. Some are more like a theme. Some sessions, I propose the theme. Some sessions, some of our colleagues propose and present. It's really an opportunity also to network and to meet with everyone who's been doing the training. So we have had, I think close to 1,000 people in the last 3 years taking the training. And so we have a high level of interaction in those sessions. And it's a good opportunity to exchange best practices, challenge yourself, get feedback, but also sometimes exercise your own soft skills by presenting. Like this was a session that one of our participants had proposed to do a session on spare parts and preventative maintenance, and then he led the session, prepared the presentation, and that's how it works. So after the 6 months where you're getting all that support, you can still attend the coaching sessions, but you then write a evaluation report, and based on that evaluation report, you can get an achievement certificate, and that achievement certificate will allow you to attend the pro training. It's the key. Only people who have achieved their fundamentals training, which is the initial period plus the implementation, will be able to attend the pro. And the pro, we do basically 1 or 2 per year. That's about it. For your information on the fundamentals, we do it almost every month online, and then we have a number of sessions in person per year. So aside from these 2 training, which are really key, which are, let's say, at the center and give you a broad overview, you also have the option to do some specializations. And so we have a number of specialized trainings, and I would like to focus on two of those today. One is the sustainable fleet management training. So you can do the specialization as a standalone, or you can do it after having done, for example, the fleet management fundamentals and the pro, or just the fleet fundamentals and the specialization. The advantage is, especially if you haven't done any training before, like a formalized fleet management training, is that is the advantage, and my recommendation would be that you would do first the fundamentals, which gives you a good overview of the 4 priorities of fleet management. And then you could focus on one of those areas or a specific topic. So you, in this, for example, in the specialization on sustainable fleet, you really focus on that aspect, and you do 20 hours just around a sustainable fleet, whereas in the fundamentals you would probably do only 4 hours on the environment. In the fundamentals, we'll look especially at raised emissions and things like this. In the sustainable fleet, we will do a much deeper dive. We'll look at vocabulary, at the framework. We will look more at waste management and other topics. So the specialization is a really deeper dive in one section or one area. And again, they can be done individually, as a standalone, or as a follow-up to the fundamentals and the pro. The way the specialization work, it's much more of an online self-paced training. It's basically 4 weeks, 20 hours of learning online with only 3 live lessons. You have a workbook that you need to follow and to do seriously. It's some work, a lot of writing, and a lot of analytical skills. And at the end, you basically have the workbook and a presentation based on that. You may get your certificate of participation, and so that's for the sustainable fleet one. We have 2 coming up in September, by the way. You can look it up a little bit more. We have 1 in French and 1 in English in September that are going to be starting. And then we have a new training, and it's just been released. So we have a new specialization. You're the first to know. It's going to be a new specialization on making the case for a road safety program. And so here the idea is, again, to deep dive on road safety and learn how to and develop your skills to make a business case for road safety in your organizations. And it's for fleet managers, safety or security managers. Again, it can be taken alone or in conjunction with the fundamentals or the pro. And it's the same principle in terms of how it works and the level of independence that it requires from you. It's 4 weeks, 20 hours of learning, 3 live lessons, a workbook, and a presentation. And the first training will be in English, and it will be offered in French. So that's it. And then how do you sign up? Well, there is obviously there's our website, so you can go to trainings and workshops, and you'll see there a number of different links. Then you have to click on the right training. You have to click on register now, and then our admin team, Jen and Teresa, will then be in contact. It's really important that you do respond to their emails, because your registration is only confirmed when you actually send us back what we call a learning agreement, and you pay your invoice to secure your seat. And for example, the August fleet management fundamentals training is already full. All our physical in-person trainings are quite full as well. And so it's really important that you do secure your seats. And if you have any questions, you can always write to admin@fleetforum.org, and they'd be glad to have it. Voila. So that's the presentation. I'm going to look now at some of those questions that you've asked, and let's kick it off. So let me see. So somebody was asking about two types of trainings. Yes. So the fleet management trainings, let's say, and the driver trainings. Okay. Oops. 1 second. How am I going to publish? Do you see? Okay, I hope you see my screen. So in which language are the trainings available? So it depends. So the fleet fundamentals training is available in French and in English and in Spanish. The pro is available in English and will be in French as well. The sustainable fleet training is available in French and in English, and the safety training is available in English for the moment. The driver trainings, it depends. For example, the TGS driver training is available in French and in English. And the other trainings are available in English at this time. Let me go to the next question. Oops. I'm trying to have the translation to French, but I can't. Okay, so if you have, I guess it's for, I'll switch to French. Donc j'imagine que c'était des questions par rapport à la formation, à la réunion que je viens de faire, à la présentation que je viens de faire. Je pourrais éventuellement faire une autre session plus restrictive pour en français. Pour l'instant, c'était que en anglais. Si vous avez des questions, vous pouvez aussi les envoyer à admin et je pourrai répondre directement à vos questions. So voilà, what I was, let me see. So I guess this is the same question around French. Okay, so voilà. So, si vous avez des questions que vous voulez poser en français, n'hésitez pas à les poser en français et je peux répondre à vos questions ici aussi. Okay, let me see. Oops, I'm trying to go back to the public questions. Okay, so I don't see any. Let me just see. Yeah, so the e-learning modules are available in English, French, Spanish, and Arabic. But you can check our calendar for the other trainings as I was just explaining and right. And I think I don't have any more other questions here. So as always, you will be receiving a recording of our trainings, of our webinar. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to write to us, and we're hopeful, and we'd love to see you. If you find that entering to our trainings answer to your needs, then don't hesitate to join and see what you would like to do, either for you or for your team. We'd be glad to help. And have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.